We're live from the Lemon Tree in Aberdeen. Second session of the two-day Taom Shootout Grand Finals. The culmination of a terrific year of this Taom Shootout event series. Controversial win in the end for Martin McIntosh. OK, might have won anyway, but to win in that fashion, Patty McCarron trying to speed up the clearance of the tables after he'd won the frame. White ball hadn't stopped moving, forfeited frame, and he was one away from defeat, so he lost the match. 4-2. But we move on. Barry Nicoll against Mark Boyle, Mr. Magic. Very good this afternoon. Barry Nicoll, not very good this afternoon. He struggled against the bouncer, Cy Fitzsimmons.
He really did. He just struggled first match in the Taom Shootout and just couldn't get going. He should have been 3-0 ahead. Just gifted chances to Simon Fitzsimmons, who said thank you very much, and gifted him too many chances, and eventually Simon got going and wrapped up the match in quick time. But to me, it makes this first visit, it makes this first visit really important, but Barry's first shot's gone wrong immediately. What looked like a good opportunity is now looking awkward. Well, it's a great pot to continue the visit. The problem in that opening shot, he's nudged a couple of reds safe at the top end of the table. I think the three that are together, I think the one on the far right still goes. But the other two need to be nudged open.
No. It's kind of the story of his afternoon.
And it's just very early in this match, but he needs to just settle down and find something. We know that Mark Boyle's going to play to a standard, because Mark Boyle always does. He's one of the truly world-class players that we've got in this field today. Wasn't actually at his best this afternoon in his victory, but he played well enough. For me, I think Mark is obviously one of the players that is going to really fancy taking the title home this weekend, especially here in Scotland. I think if this is going to be a comfortable match for him, and it's a big if, because Barry might settle down and play some great pool, but I think it's important for Mark just to find his rhythm with when we get to the 15-second a shot phase of the match. It's something, he hasn't had a particularly successful Taom Shootout series in the ones he's attended. I think that it's just that 15-second phase he's not that comfortable with it. I'm not sure anyone's that comfortable with it, but I think Mark could certainly improve that side.
Well, he's left himself a long black. He's done this in unless he opts to screw up the rail. Oh, he's given himself a bit more. Slightly more doable. And that'll be first blood to Mark Boyle. No mistake. Had a little think about it. Down it goes. And Boyle leads by a frame to 0.
That black did hit the near jaw, but skidded in. We've seen that all afternoon. Table playing fairly generous with brand new cloth on it. Ball's just skidding in off that near jaw. An excellent start to this match for Mr. Magic. Barry's going to have to find something. This match could get away from him quickly if he continues the form he's shown so far today. And that's not going to help the white straight into the centre pocket.
Just looking down the order of play, I said it'll be 2 games apiece. There's actually a few players playing twice tonight. So I need to correct myself on that, because we're going to see Liam Dunster twice. He's up against Chris Melling, and then last on he's back against George Tierney. And Chris Melling himself, after playing Liam Dunster a bit later on, is going to be playing Dennis Taylor. So there are a couple of players who've got to play twice tonight.
I think Paddy McCarron, who we've just seen, actually plays an extra match
yes,
tonight
he does.
as well.
He's penultimate against Darren Matthew. Such is the setup.
Yeah, and I think there's at least one player, if not two, that are only going to get to play one match throughout the whole day. So I don't know whether, I guess it depends how you get on, but matches in the bag, matches to come, especially as we get towards the back end of these group stages. Do you want the points on the board, or do you want the matches in hand?
Yeah, well, Cian Monaghan's not going to play again today. He lost earlier. Tomorrow morning he's playing twice in four games. He's playing, then 2 matches off, and then he's back on again.
Gives him, if he gets into a rhythm, that will work out well for him. If he struggles, then he won't have any time to forget about it. Dave McNamara, of course, another player only playing once today, hasn't played yet in this tournament. I think he plays our 5th match tonight. With it being 5-man groups, it has to kind of be some sort of system to... You're always going to have an odd man in the group from each session, so it can't work out perfectly, but done as fairly as it possibly could be.
Meanwhile, Mark Boyle's thinking about 2-0.
If he lands straight on the yellow on the side cushion, he won't be able to get perfectly on the black. Just wants an inch or two of angle. And that's pretty nice. That angle just allowed him to drift down for a simple shot on the black to the centre pocket. Excellent pot as well.
Two 2-0 to Boyle. Barry struggled this afternoon, and he's not really faring a great deal better tonight, I'm afraid. Race to 4, and Boyle leads 2-0.
Just clinical stuff from Mark Boyle. So often we see it at the elite level. You pop that white off the break, you give your opponent that free shot to develop the table, they're going to clear up more often than not. And Mark Boyle really is at that elite level. Winner of so many major titles. Yet to get his hands on a Taom Shootout. He's going to be trying hard this weekend. Where's the white?
Well, he potted a lot there.
Well, Barry went off in the same pocket with his break, but Barry went straight in off Mark. Completely opposite. Very unlucky. Got the white doing exactly what he wanted it to do. Comes off the middle of the side cushion, back into the pack. And he's just unfortunate that he gets kicked into the middle pocket. Well, Barry Nicoll, if you're going to get going in this match, now is the time. These could not be laid out better for you.
Oh no. Wow. Well, that kind of sums up his day, doesn't it, that?
Yeah, another big mistake from Barry. Wasn't the greatest of free shots, but it was not too bad. He could still clear from where he left it. It's a terrible shot to put the white into the centre pocket. There's still an open table for Mark Boyle. He doesn't have to take yellows, but it looks like he wants to. I'm a little bit surprised he doesn't just take reds, because reds are far easier. It could be a mistake from Mark, not really concentrating. If he doesn't take these yellows out, I mean, I still expect him to take the yellows out. They're still there for him. But if he doesn't, he may not have realised that reds were still an option for him. colours aren't assigned till the first legal ball is potted. So even though Mark potted off the break because he fouled, the table stays open. And then when Barry potted, he fouled as well. Bizarrely, it's actually possible to play all the way down to the black before colours are assigned.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I've ever seen it happen.
No. Four shots away from a 3-0 lead. He's got a great feel for the shot clock, hasn't he, Mark? Takes it down for the last couple of seconds without ever looking rushed. He knows exactly how long 15 or 30 seconds are.
He does have plenty of experience playing with the shot clock in the Premier League, the 30-second shot clock. He's been one of the star players in the Premier League, of course won it last year.
3-0. Miserable day for Barry Nicoll, I'm afraid. Mr. Magic won't care. He's waving that wand again. One away from 2 wins out of 2. I don't think he's got out of third gear.
No, he hasn't. It's just his standard routine. It's almost like he's having a practice session, really. He's not had to really get out of third gear. They've been there for him. Be interesting to see if he can get over the line and win the match 4-0 or not. In the opening match for him this afternoon, he was 3-1 ahead, had a simple pot to the corner to essentially win the match 4-1, which he missed, which will have irritated him. Ended up being just a 3-1 victory. There is still plenty of time left on this clock, though. 8 minutes. Highly unlikely that Barry's going to be able to win 3 frames in those 8 minutes. But it'd be nice to see him find some form and get one on the board.
No, it'd be tough for any player here, well, with the exception, I say, of Chris Melling at the top of his game to win 4 in 7.5 minutes. Certainly Barry, the way he's played today, you'd say absolutely no chance. But such is this format. Stranger things have happened. Not many.
I think Barry should take the red up to the top right next. It's going to be difficult to take the red to the top right to get nicely on the black. And Barry does take the red to the top right. Easier to get onto the black from this one in the centre of the table. Come on, Barry, hold yourself together. Get yourself on the board. Oh, he's overhit the...
Oh, what's he done?
Not sure the double in either pocket or even on. It may go, I think it probably does double to the top left.
Oh, but it's so hard. It does go, but that's so difficult. He shouldn't be in this position. Nowhere near. He was short even on the treble.
So similar to how he played this afternoon, just when you think, well, he's in great shape to win the frame. A massive rush of blood and the whites all over the place.
So, Mark, you got this for a 4-0, having won 4-1 this afternoon, 3-1, I beg your pardon, this afternoon against Mike Clark. Martin McIntosh, by the way, who won the opening match of this evening against Paddy McCarron, just poked his head in the commentary box. Said, not a great way to win that, was it?
Not when you're playing a friend. It's not when you're playing anyone, but he'll be just pleased to get over the line, especially with all the things going on organisationally. 2 wins out of 2, he's in a great position.
Yeah, very strong. Once again, Mark taking the shot clock right down. And I don't think you get many bets on him not dishing up here for 4-0. A couple of 15-minute matches to start the night.
A couple of quick ones, yeah, that is perfect from Mark. That's moved the white a long way and he's landed inch perfect. Oh, not this time.
Oh dear. Well, forget I spoke. This suddenly is not a quick one. Referee Matt Clark having a look, see if it's touching. He's going to go for it. No.
He's put the pressure on Barry. If he doesn't make the double, he's going to be leaving the yellow.
Yeah, you've got to pot this buzzer. Oh, hello. Just like that. He's on the boards. Well done, Barry.
Awesome stuff for Barry to get on the board. He was struggling out there. And it's just great to see him get one on the board. And a bit like this afternoon for Mark Boyle, that's going to irritate him. If his group does come down to frame difference, that's 2 frames that he's given away that he's going to be very irritated with. Of course, if he wins all his matches, frame difference won't matter. But you just never know. Just under 4 minutes to go in this match as Mark Boyle breaks off. No real worries about him losing the match. It's just a case of whether he can get over the line or whether he just has to let the match clock run down. Good break, but not left the white in a particularly good position.
He always gets a really nice spread. He's not got the explosion in a break of a Fitzsimmons or a Shepherd, but it's always nice to watch, isn't it?
His cut break when it's really on is absolutely deadly. Sometimes you don't need that extreme power. When you've got a brand new cloth on, the tables tend to fly open. You just need good contact and get a really nice explosion without the extreme power, and you can still get brilliant split after brilliant split and make lots of balls, and that's how Mark goes about it. No easy pot for Mark to go out. The yellows are sitting nicely for him now. Just doesn't have the opener.
Got a bit sticky this match.
Just a little bit. Mark will just be conscious of wanting to get these matches over and done with once you've got them won.
This is exactly what happened this afternoon when he should have seen it off and he missed and he was stuck there.
Yeah, and that, I mean, if he keeps winning, it won't be a problem, but it will just be irritating him at the moment, but it could become a problem if he loses a match. He is in a tricky group with Simon Fitzsimmons and Dave McNamara, who's yet to get going in this tournament, yet to play a match, but he's a great player. Could really be putting both Simon and Mark under pressure in this group. Mike Clark makes up the 5th member of the group.
Yeah, it was Clark who Mark Boyle beat this afternoon. He'll be happy enough just to mess about for 90 seconds now. Just make sure. There was an outside chance when Barry was in the balls there that, hang on a minute, he might go 3-2 with about 90 seconds left. It's not going to happen now.
No, and he may now. Now he gets himself just over a minute to try and clear these up. This is where you have to go against your natural instincts, Mark. You have to go for the clearance now, even if it's the wrong choice of shot. Get creative, try and come up with something. You're not going to lose the match.
You won't want to go anywhere, by the way. We've got a short advert break coming up in about a minute when Mark Boyle eventually crosses the finishing line. Then we're back with what could be a right ding-dong, Callum Singleton and Jordan Shepherd. And then after that, Chris Melling against Liam Dunster. Oh, 2 great matches on the way.
For me, Callum was one of the standout performers this afternoon. I thought his match with Kean was an excellent match to watch. But I thought
he's got a chance against Jordan if he plays like that.
Yeah, he's definitely got a chance the way he's been playing.
Well, he's gone for both.
That's incredible.
Could he still get the win here? I don't think the white's going to stop in time, is it? Get on with it. Well, I think the clock's gone anyway. I think that'll be a 3-1 rather than a 4-1. We'll await official confirmation, but on my clock, the game had gone. But he's over the line. It's 2 from 2, and Mr. Magic Mark Sean. And Jordan Shepherd is up next against Callum Singleton. We'll be right back.